But what I think is really going on here, the true reason, the true reason for these claims of culture and productivity and you have to return to the office, it's not about that. The real reason they are saying these things, because again, a lot of companies went to remote work in March of 2020. So we've gone to 2021, 2022, 2023, and almost coming up onto March of 2024. So 3 full years, almost 4 full years. But now they want to make the change. And you want to know why this is? The reason why, the primary reason why, because I believe there are two reasons. One reason is control. The upper management, they want to have more control. Those who have failed to adapt and failed to find ways to maintain the culture and control and oversight of their workforce, of their teams. They want people in the office so they can, walk around like days of old, peer over your shoulder, pop by your cubicles, poke their head into your office and see what you're working on. Gather a team up real quick in a little huddle room. Those were all popular. Gather the team together and just have a quick discussion or another meeting. So that's one reason, control. Visibility. And again, this is because of a lack of adjustment by these individuals in these companies, not necessarily because there's any proof that shows any increase in productivity. And the main reason, I believe, is it all comes back to the money. It all comes back to the money. And where are these large companies losing money? In their commercial real estate. They're losing money on their empty office buildings. If you are a large corporation, those who are having these large layoffs, and you signed a lease for a building, or maybe you outright purchased a building, finished paying it off, and you are used to and say worldwide you have 100,000, 200,000 employees, and you're sitting there looking at your office building on the West Coast, and then you have another one on the East Coast, or maybe they're all on, in one region of the country. And an office building can hold 5,000, 10,000 people. The next one can hold another 5 to 10, so on and so forth. And most of those employees were sent home in the pandemic 3, almost now 4 years ago. And you've tried to get them back. You want them back because why? Because you have empty office space. You are paying millions of dollars, not only for the lease of these buildings, for the construction of these buildings, but also for the property insurance that you're paying for these buildings. And these corporations are trying to find a way to recoup and justify the expense that is now on the books and depreciating when they are getting no use from it. In New York City, this is a New York Times report. In New York City, office space costs on average about $16,000 per year per employee. And before the pandemic, a lot of these companies, they signed 10-year leases, 15-year leases, under the expectation that there was going to be growth in their company, growth in the headcounts, right? More and more hires. And then all of a sudden, pandemic happened, and that changed. So now these 10, 15-year leases, there is now 7, 12 years remaining on these leases, and they've invested millions of dollars, or in a way to try to entice people to return to the office, they have now spent millions of dollars, thousands of dollars per employee to lure these employees back. You may have heard that they're offering like new incentive plans to get people to return to the office. That is how desperate these corporations are. And it's not because of culture. The primary driver, I believe, is because they have these empty office buildings and the executives cannot stand it. These desks are empty. The cafeterias are empty. The break rooms are empty. They see the empty desks and they can't handle it. They're supposed to have 5,000 people in this location and they're not there. They are at home. So while they're reimbursing you for maybe your home internet and for you to be able to, work through a VPN and using your Wi-Fi and everything else, they are also paying for the rent of that office space. Again, this report says in New York City, this is New York City, obviously very expensive, but $16,000 per employee per year. I'm not really good at quick math, but let's say you had 2,000 employees that are supposed to be in an office building, and you're paying $16,000 per year. I'm pretty sure that's going to be about $32 million per year that you're losing because people are not in the office utilizing that space. And why don't Gen Z and millennials want to return to the office? Obviously, there's multiple reasons. Better work-life balance. There's no commitment from the corporation, so why commit to them? Also, why do the wear and tear and do the commute whenever you can be just as productive or actually log in more hours because you're not spending time an hour round trip commute every single day? Right? So where is the incentive? There is no incentive. And the executive management, which again is baby boomers are going out, Gen Xers are coming in, already in position for these executive management positions. Those who do not adapt to what Gen Z and millennials want are going to be left behind. If they do not adapt to being open to remote work, flexible hours, they're going to get left behind. These individuals, the people, the Gen Zers, the millennials, they're going to look elsewhere. They're not going to work for a company that doesn't meet their needs. And with being a combined more than 50% of the workforce, they have the leverage, right? They have the leverage for a lot of these corporate jobs, whether it's in tech or healthcare or staffing agencies in other industries. They have the leverage, and those who refuse to adapt, to understand where these people like myself are coming from, these corporations, the management level are going to be left behind. Hi, I'm Brian Kletter, the creator and host of the Counterthought podcast. Thank you for watching this video. Remember to like it, and then also check out these 2 videos and subscribe to the channel. For more daily content from me, you can find me on Instagram at Counterthought CEO and the official Counterthought Instagram page at counter_thought. Thank you for watching, and spread the word.